Hello, 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 everybody. It's your girl, Leticia Campbell, your #1 email marketing strategist, CEO and founder of the Campbell Success Network, and the creator of my Emailpreneur Tribe at emailpreneurtribe.com. And that is where I teach, train, mentor, and motivate my clients on how to grow and scale their businesses ethically and organically, all through leveraging email marketing. And today, I want to talk about the word rebuild. Okay, someone gave me this word earlier today, and you guys know for the last few days I've been talking about being in alignment, being focused, and all the things. And the word rebuild comes up to me so much because so many of you feel like you are starting over. Okay, if that's you, type in me right now. So what I'm going to do, I want you guys to make sure you share this out, tag this broadcast, this video, this replay, what have you, to whoever you feel that needs to be in the room. Hey, Therese, how you doing? That's my lovely assistant. Yes. Tag whoever you feel that needs to be here in the room. I'm also going to share this out as well onto my main personal page here on Facebook. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel or anywhere else, this video was pre-recorded on Facebook and I uploaded as a premiere onto YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share this out, get it to where it needs to go, get it to where it needs to be, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about my rebuild process. Now, you could be rebuilding your email list for several different reasons. Okay, there's so many different reasons why we rebuild our list, why we're not necessarily rebuilding our brand. We're sort of like rebuilding our audience, right? And like I said, there's several reasons why some of you guys may do this. And I'm going to first share what my reasoning was. A few years ago, I got into a really horrible, I'm not going to be petty, Therese, on this one, okay? I'm just sharing my story. Sometimes my girl will be like, you should stop, because she don't want me to go into going down that dark road, because I can read, honey. I sure can. And I can be very subliminal sometimes. You know, we all got our little struggles we deal with. But a few years ago, I got into a really horrible partnership with a couple, and it really led me down a road in my brand that wasn't going anywhere. Okay, it led me down a wrong road in my brand. It was a partnership that wasn't serving me. It was a partnership that wasn't serving my clients. It was just horrible. And the main reason why I got into that partnership to begin with, because I thought that me showing up online alone, solo dolo, wasn't enough. I felt that I needed to have another business or another brand or another group of people around me for me to feel like I was something, like I was solidified, like I was confirmed. But you know, guys, God is the only person and the only thing, the only being that can confirm you, right? So I walk in the path of my life right now where I'm already successful, where I've already made it. I don't need no one or nothing, right, to make me feel like I am somebody, you know. And I was listening to this video the other day, and the lady was talking about alignment and how we first have to be confirmed in order for us to feel like we're making it, instead of us first saying I made it, right, and then walk in that greatness of that, right? So like I said, today I want to talk about rebuild. I'm not going to be on too long because I actually have a client call at 8 o'clock. So, but I wanted to spend the next 20 minutes as it pertains to rebuild, because some of you, either you are rebuilding because you're now redirecting your audience. You may have done a business partnership and it didn't work out, and now you're sort of going your own way. You can also be rebuilding because maybe you haven't been consistent with sending out emails, right? You started, you was building momentum, and then you stopped, or you were stagnant, or what have you, right? So there's several different reasons why. And I'm sorry y'all can hear the fans in the background. It is really hot here in New York, but there's several reasons why you probably rebuild. But know that you can rebuild. You can rebuild. You can start from scratch. You can pick up right where you left off. And after some time, people are not even going to know that you took a break. People are not even going to know that you worked with those horrible people in the past. They're just going to be like, you know what? I enjoy Therese's content. I enjoy Leticia's content. I love where I'm going here. And they going to want to work with you. So I'm going to talk to you guys about how to rebuild. I'm going to explain my process on how to rebuild. And I basically made that word rebuild Okay, an acronym. For those of you who are just hopping on, I'm Leticia Campbell. I'm actually your #1 email marketing strategist, CEO and founder of the Campbell Success Network. I'm an amazing mother of 5 awesome children. I've been married for 20 plus years to my awesome husband, honey, and I have left my corporate job back in 2017 to do this full time. I have traveled all over the world, and I help millions of women reach their goals in their businesses, okay? So here we go, y'all. Let's start with the R in rebuild. Can somebody type in R in the chat? Type in R in the chat. Let's first start with R with rebuild. Okay, let's start with that. So R for me stands for recharge. Okay, R stands for recharge. All right. So when it comes to recharging, I mean recharging yourself. Right. So if you ever notice, like in business, sometimes we run on empty. Sometimes we feel like we don't have enough, right? So we have to recharge ourselves. And how you recharge yourself, you go back to your story. You go back to the original reason of why you started building a business in the first place, right? Thank you, Therese. Recharging is you saying, I need to go back to the basics. I need to go back to the starting line, right? And first remember when you wrote that vision down. Remember when you wrote that goal down. Remember when you first say, I got my LLC, or your first time you went live and started to talk about your business, right? That recharging that you have to do. Okay, recharging could also mean you removing toxic people out of your life. It also means that you unfollowing certain people that are not feeding your spirit. Because while you're recharging, right, it's really quickly for you to go back to empty again. It's really quickly for you to go back to empty again. So yes, recharge yourself. So that's the R. E is engage, right? So once you start to recharge yourself, now it's time for you to say, well, how am I going to start to make sure that never again I leave my email list abandoned? Because that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes we start to grow our email list, and then after some time we then abandon our email list, right? So you have to sit down and say, listen, I need to come up with a plan to make sure that I'm consistent when I'm sending emails. What I teach my clients inside of my Emailpreneur Tribe, I teach them about email mapping. Right, literally putting boxes on a piece of paper and writing out topics of what you're going to send to your email list. What's the topic going to be about? What's the CTA? What's the outcome? Right? That's how you're going to remain engaged, because you're going to be able to have a complete system of what information you're going to be sending your email list, whether it's every day or every other day. All right. So now we dive on to the B. It's time for you to be brave, y'all. Right? I hear this all the time from people. Oh my God, I'm afraid for people to unsubscribe to my email list. Oh my God, I'm afraid that people are going to mark me as spam. Right? You got to be brave, y'all, because let me tell you something. People are going to unsubscribe from your email list. Your email list will naturally purge itself, right, by 25%. Hey, Diane, by 25% each and every single month. So you got to start being brave and understand that people are going to say no. Or people are going to say not right now. And I always tell my clients this, right? The most powerful thing that we have the ability to do for people is that we allow them to make a decision. And most people don't have that opportunity in life. They live the 9-to-5 world where they're being told what to do. But you are giving them that opportunity to make a choice. Do you want to do this or you want to do that? Do you want to see change in your life or you want to remain the same, right? So you got to be brave, y'all. You got to say, you know what? If somebody else subscribes to my list or somebody says no to my opportunity, it's okay. But when you look at all the other people, right? Like I said, 25% of your list is your list is going to purge itself by 25% every single month. But what about the 75% that you should be focusing on that are still there, that are still actively on your list, right? So that's that's B. U, right, is you got to be unbendable, right? In business, there's a lot of shiny object effect going on. I fell into that, right? You got to really be unbendable to know that, yes, there may not be people buying now. There may not be people engaging now. But if I keep going, if I keep sending, if I keep engaging with my list, I thank you, Therese, I'm going to get back, right, what I put in tenfold. Sometimes people are just getting ready to buy from you. Sometimes people are just getting ready to order from you. And sometimes, and I said this to one of my clients earlier today, sometimes people are just waiting for you, right, to see if you're going to quit or not, right? Sometimes people are waiting to see if you're going to close your business or not. So a lot of times people need need you to prove to them, right, that once they buy from you, you're always going to be there to purchase from. A lot of times you see people, they send emails and then next year they're not in business no more for whatever reason. So you got to be unbendable into knowing that patience is everything in business. As you're growing your list, as you're engaging with your list, as you're doing your segmentation, your onboarding, your cart abandonment series and stuff like that, you have to know and understand that you got to keep going no matter if you don't see the results just yet. Because people are waiting for you to prove yourself to them, right? So let's jump into I, y'all. Let's jump into I. So let's reset for those of you who just hopped on. We just went, the R was recharge, E was engage, B was be brave, U was unbendable, and I was identity, right? A lot of people talk about building your brand and building a brand and brand this. The thing you have to start off first, before you start to build that brand, y'all, this is going to save you thousands of dollars. This thing that I'm going to tell you right now. Before you start to build a brand, you got to know what is your brand identity, right? Who are you as a woman? Who are you as a person? What is your mission? What do you stand for? So as a brand is about the umbrella of what you do, but your identity is what keeps people attached to you, right? It makes people say, I like Leticia. I don't know what she's selling right now, but I really like her. She relates to me. She relates to me. And very soon I'm going to be doing some interviews with my clients, and they're going to be sharing their stories with you guys. They're going to be sharing their brand identity, because the stories sell. Stories makes you relatable to your audience, right? Before they even know what they're going to buy for you. So that's I, identity. L is leverage. Okay, now it's the time for you to start to leverage your list. When you go live, you send an email. When you post something, you send an email. When you have an event coming up, you send an email. When you have a special promotion coming up, you send an email. Start to leverage your list, y'all. Your list needs to know what you're doing. Your list needs to know what's the last thing you did last Tuesday at 2 o'clock, okay? Your list needs to know what you have going on. If you don't tell your list what's going on, then they're not going to follow you anywhere. Right? So you got to leverage your list, y'all. Don't be shy about what you're doing. Don't feel like, oh my God, they don't need to know that. They don't need to hear that. They don't need to have that. Yes, they do. Because the world, all these other marketers are telling their list what they're doing, right? You got to tell your list what you're doing. Now is the last point I want to make, right? Which is D, and that is be determined. Be determined every day to grow your list. I said this on my list building masterclass, and those of you who haven't registered yet for my list building masterclass, I'm going to share the link in the chat for y'all. Y'all can sign up for it right now. I'm going to be doing it this weekend. So I'm going to pop the link right here in the chat. You're going to register for it. You're going to see a pre-recorded training, and then you're going to get a special invite later on this week for the live training. So I'm going to pop the link here in the chat. Y'all know how Facebook is. You got to, I'm going to comment as myself, because I don't feel like switching my account. But so the link is right there in the comments there. emailpreneurtribe.com/free email marketing training. When you click on that link, there is a video that you're going to see. You're going to put your email address and your information in. And then you're going to be able to see the pre-recorded training. And like I said, you're going to get access to the live training later on this week, where you can... Therese, did you pin that? Or did I pin that? I don't know. I just hit it, but I don't know if I pin it. But yeah, so you're going to get access to that. So, but just make sure you have to register and put in your info, okay? So again, let's recap, y'all. We talked about rebuilding. I told you this is my exact process on how you can rebuild your email list. One is you got to recharge. R stands for recharge. E stands for engage. B stands for be brave. U stands for be unbendable. I stands for identity. L stands for leverage. And D stands for determined. All right, y'all. So I have to log on to my client call right now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on today. Okay, you did. Thank you, Therese. Yeah, you're the bomb.com, mama. thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Make sure you go to that link that Therese pinned at the comment. If you're watching this on my YouTube, go to the details section or click on the first comment, the pinned comment, and you'll see that there. Make sure you register right away because the seats fill up quick for my live training. So go check that out, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.